Hey, what's up? So this tutorial is about a jumpsuit and we are gonna make this in style 3D. So if this is something you are interested in, then tag along. Now the render you see on your screen right now is the SMD process, and if you want to know much about it, you can check on my other tutorials. So it's definitely taking it into Unreal and getting it on the MetaHuman, and we just simulating Unreal Engine. So if that's something you're also interested in, you can check my other tutorial about that. Okay, so this one is about making a jumpsuit in style 3D Atelier. Alright, let's just get into it. So to start, I'll just go to the library and I'll grab a model from the female folder. After grabbing the model, I will start with a simple female shirt. So I'll delete both the sleeves and the pattern around the neck. So all we need are just these two patterns. Grab your pen tool and with D as the shortcut on your keyboard and make a line like this on the screen. And we will cut that line. We don't need the top part, we all just have to delete that line so we have something like this. So at this point we need to make the straps, and all I want to do is create 2 points at the tip of our first pattern. I will copy these points because I want to paste these points at the back of the pattern. Alright, so when I click, I'll just Ctrl V and paste that point. I will draw my pattern, the strap pattern, so just like this. I'll grab my sewing line, my sewing tool, and I'll sew that to that, and I'll sew the other tip to the back of it. So when I simulate, this is what we have. And we need to boost this static friction. So when I turn it down, you'll see what's happening. So I want to boost it so the patterns will stick to the avatar, especially the straps at the shoulder there. I will Ctrl D to make symmetric pattern with sewing. So whatever I apply on the other side will also be pasted on the other side. I want to move the point to the left side, to the right side a little bit so it actually fits for me. Alright. So at this point, I really want to move the curves at the waist so we get this curvy shape on the pattern. And I'll do that for the back pattern too. I'll move it to the top a little bit, but what I really want to do is grab my pen tool and make a line in between the waist. So definitely we are gonna cut that part. So I will right click and I'll say cut, and I'll delete these two parts, we don't need them. So this is what we have for the first pattern. So for the second pattern, we don't need to go through the process of creating something new. All we have to do is get into the library again, and we'll go to female and we'll get the pants and we will add it into our scene. So you don't need to build it from scratch. The first mistake I'm seeing here is we want to align it so that when we simulate, it will actually fit to our avatar. That's why you see me rotating it like that. I will want to push these straps to the top so I will get the chance to boost the height of the main pants. And I will shrink the size so it actually fits to the body. So just like this. Now there are some things I want to delete. I'll delete that and I'll delete this one too, which is not part of the pattern. And we have an opening here, but all we have to do is just grab our sewing tool and just sew it up. So I want to cut this part too because I don't need this part too. And we will delete it. So it will give us this opening, but all we have to do is just sew it up. And there's another pattern we don't want. And we have to go back to the pants. And I'll click on this line and I will cut and I will delete them. So all we have to do is just sew. So we will just connect our sewing lines just like that. And yes, we have the jumpsuit. It's pretty simple, just like this. So at this point, I changed the pose because I really want to know how the whole jumpsuit will look like with different poses other than the A pose, which is sometimes frustrating a little bit for me. So I do try to change the pose to actually get to see how the whole pattern definitely looks like. So I think I really like the outcome of the whole jumpsuit. So I want to make a fold. So all I'll do is I'll create a point. I'll grab my pen tool and I'll just draw a line. So at the toolbar, we need to go for the fold arrangement. And all we have to do is just click and we will just move this like that. Okay, so at the back tool we just click and we just move it just like that. Again, click and we move this one too, and we will do it for this one here too. So the next is making the belt holes, and we'll first need to make the connect straps for the holes. So I'll just make a point and I'll make another point and make sure I'm keeping all my measurements in my head. So I will do it for the back too, but definitely the back I'm gonna make it a little bit wider than the front one. So I will take the same measurement here on the pants. And the other side of the pants too, I will use the same measurement on the other side of the pants. So all that we need to draw this simple belt hole strap, and we will bring it definitely in at the front and grab our sewing tool and just connect it. So Control D for symmetric pattern with sewing. So we are gonna do the same for the back too. So I'll check my measurement at the front, but at the back I'll make it somehow ×2 because I'll make a point here and I'll make a point at the other side too. After making the strap, it will just push it just at the back of the patterns, and I'll flip normals, and all we have to do is just connect our sewing lines, and mostly I like doing it in the 3D. Control D for another symmetric pattern with sewing, but this is way at the other side, so we will push it to align with the other one on the other side. Now let's make the belt strap. The whole process is just to Control C and Control V in the 3D window, and I'll do that for all of the other ones. So this one too, Control C and Control V. And I'll do that again for this one too, so Control C and Control V. And all we are gonna do is just grab our sewing tool, and we will just connect all of them straps. So we'll connect this to that one and this one to this. And I'll just shrink the size on the y-axis a little bit. Now I see one hole is not trying to go through, so we will have to set layers for the belt holes, and I'll place this layer around 1. So it will just be on top of everything. So I will just push it in just like that, and now we've got our belt. So the only part left is I will just try to make it a little bit taller. Yeah, so we are all done. Now the rest is just to delete your avatar and bring in your meta-human. That's what I just did, and I sent it into Unreal, and I did with the SMD process, and I used the Style 3D simulator to simulate an Unreal Engine. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all in the next one. Goodbye, peace out.